the Florida coastline, the Emerald Coast. Terry and I are on a mission to see where the forces of nature meet the forces of war. The United States Department of Defense occupies huge tracts of land, which is great for wildlife and conservation. The best way to get the lay of the land, of course, is by air.
Steve and Terry, I'd like to introduce you to the pilots that are going to take us up the flight.
G'day, mate. How are you? Charles.
Simmons.
Hi.
G'day.
Good to meet you. Howdy.
Hi, Terry.
G'day.
All righty. You ready to go?
We're ready. Let's go.
All right, let's get them. G'day and welcome to Eglin Air Force Base.
With nearly 500,000 acres, Eglin Air Force Base is one of the largest military installations in the entire world. Come with us and meet the men and women who are willing to risk their lives not only for their country, but for the wildlife that they love.
Hey, and I get to have my boyhood dreams come true, get to play armies and Air Force. Woo! This is going to be an adventure.
Hey, Hodge, this guy. Let the girl go.
Shoot me if I let her go.
No, we won't.
Okay, I'm gonna let her go.
Okay.
Don't shoot me.
We won't shoot you.
Uh-oh, Terry's been taken hostage. The 96th Security Squadron take this training exercise deadly seriously. They send the K9 unit in and defuse the situation.
Stop fighting the dog. Stop fighting the dog. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Out. Out.
Eglin Air Force Base deals with real-life situations on a global perspective. They have to be ready and working under real live fire
Secure.
to perform their duties with professional accuracy.
The Military Working Dog Section.
Geez, they're good dogs. They like their job.
Yeah.
This is a division of Eglin Air Force Base that have specialized canine units utilized for defense. They're trained to protect their handlers and to protect other people in certain situations, and they hit hard. Steve's going to get a lesson in that.
Don't push me.
Yeah, Steve thinks he's pretty dangerous. Watch out for these dogs.
Safety's paramount here.
Yes.
Okay. What do you want to do? The prime thing is let the dog bite right here.
Yep.
Now, do not turn your wrap like that.
Yep.
Why is that?
It's a little bit thin here and he might grab me there.
Exactly. Hey, he's smart, huh? Did you teach him that?
No, I bite him.
I've been bitten by a few things, I guess.
And now what you want to do for right now is make sure you try to get as close to the ground as possible.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So when you come down, that's the position you want right there. You go ahead and assume the position.
You're all right, Bruno. I'm from Australia. Be gentle with me.
When they hit hard. They've got extreme jaw pressure, and even though I've got a professional wrap on my arm, I can still feel teeth on bone.
Woo! A little bit of a head shake. It's like having a 6-foot gator hanging off you. Or worse.
The trick is to keep working in a saw-like action to keep the dog occupied so he doesn't release and grab me on a bit of flesh.
Oh, yeah. Woo!
Nice catch.
Yeah.
Nice catch.
Good work, Bruno.
Extraordinary. Good catch.
Oh, yeah. Victim. That must be me.
It's one thing to train the dog using the arm pad, but they want him to learn how to hit someone who may be retreating or running or pulling a firearm in many different situations. So this full body protection is utilized so the dog can attack absolutely anywhere. And he loves this. He gets rewarded and praised every time he tackles somebody. So Steve's gearing up. He's still got to watch his head and his hands.
straight to the ground. Single command, and he's backed off.
That was a hit. Good hit. Barreled me straight over. There's no way I was staying on my feet. Just knocked me over. Oh. Yeah, no, I'll just fend him off for a bit. He's got to work to get the Aussie down.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see what happens. I might just fall over like a squid.
You've really got to trust the person putting that muzzle on.
Oh, boy.
Because this dog means it.
Even with the muzzle on, he hits me straight in the legs. Perfect. Barrels me, gets me onto the ground every time.
Throw another Aussie on the barbie. Absolutely fascinating how the dogs have to work. Scare the living daylights out of me. The dogs have to work under extreme conditions. So what they'll do is they'll go through simulations of exact scenarios that would take place. And so these military working dogs are going into a military situation where the Humvee, fully armed, is chasing some bad guys who are also fully armed. No matter how many guns and bombs and screaming and whatever happens, all crikey's gonna break loose. They'll just do their job. So we've got Andor in the back and Dorak in the front here. And somewhere out there, there's another dog in a camouflage position, ready to roll. Smoke screen. Look at the dog. Woo! Here we go. Hang on.
These war games are like reality. And watch the dogs. Their tails are wagging. They love it. In amongst this mayhem, the bad guys decide to make a run for it, so the dogs take over.
Regardless of the firepower, he's hitting and hitting hard.
General Kostelnik is in charge, the commander of the entire Air Force base. He's also an exceptional F-15 pilot. He takes me through the routine checks prior to takeoff. What a magnificent aircraft. State of the art. Thank you very much. Woo! See you later, mate, and thanks. The General has granted Terry and I permission to have a look at all of the wildlife conservation areas surrounding the Air Force Base. And we're good to go. The best way to see the Air Force Base and surrounds is by air. It'd take us hours on the ground, if not days. So to get a big overall picture, I joined the Jackson Guard to take it all in by chopper.
See below me here, this is the nerve centre of the entirety of Eglin Air Force Base. It's like a little bitty city.
Eglin is situated right in the panhandle of Florida. It's full of military installations, civilians and contractors. And this is Carl Petrie, the head of the Jackson Guard. Eglin Air Force Base has a total available airspace of 122,817 square statute miles.
You can see this tower here. Right behind it is a pond with a couple of really nice sized alligators in it.
asked the pilot to set us down so as I can have a good close look. Apparently, these alligators aren't too scared of the military or helicopters. It's fascinating how megafauna, these alligators, can live right next door to an installation. Look at this, I'm calling him right over. When you see these big apex predators in and around these kind of installations, you know things are working pretty well. Come on, mate. Come on, here he comes. Come on, buddy, here he comes. He's steaming straight over to me thinking I've got food. This happens quite regularly in Florida, where alligators become nuisance animals because they approach people. Luckily enough, this one got a scare by my khaki shorts and took off. Well, that was beautiful. Alligator swam up to me, kind of came within a safe distance for him, safe distance for me, around about a 7.5 footer. Had a nice, "G'day, I'm from Australia," and away he went. There was no way he was going to let me get too close.
You can see these structures, they're actually tunnels. A recreation of Vietnam tunnels, and they provide a brilliant habitat for bats. Let's get in amongst it and have a look.
These training areas are excellent places for all sorts of wildlife. Oh. Hey, have a look at this little blighter.
Hey, little fella. Wait, hang on, mate. Hang on. Have a look at him, isn't he gorgeous? This is a little pygmy rattler, and he's little. He's getting all jerky. Come back here, little pygmy rattler. Come back here. Stay there. Stay there. Wow, he's got a sharp little head, and you can see his tail's going flat out. Hey, it's vibrating all over the paddock. And he's lining me up. He's going to bite me on the nose. He's got his little pit panels, his little heat-seeking sensory devices poised right at me, and he's gone into that position. Have a look at his tail. Have a look at it. Right, so they're a rattler, but his rattle is so small, it's just his little button. Can't even hear it. Can't hear a thing. Oh! You're gonna bite me on the nose. You wouldn't want to get bitten on the nose. A small child, he'd probably deliver a fatal bite. But to me, it'd be a very painful bite, but I'd probably live from it. However, getting bit on the nose or the head would, oh boy, your whole face would swell up and it'd be ugly, or uglier. See what? I'm in no danger, none at all. He's just cruising under my shirt there. See that? Come here. Come here, little rattler. You can't go in my shirt. Leave me in my shirt. You can't go in there. Come on now. Come back out here. You can't go in Steve-O's shirt. Wait. This is a great demonstration of just how dangerous they are. Look at this. There's no way he's going to bite me. He's just banging into my hand. He just wants to get away. I'd just like to show that to you again because a lot of people think these are evil, ugly monsters. Right? Now, he's not attacking me. In fact, I can put my hand in front of him and he's not going to bite it. There's no way he's going to bite it. You see his little eyeballs going? He just wants to be left alone. And he's a funny little snake. And he's just out here just before dark, going on the hunt, I'd reckon. And he's probably looking for a couple of small lizards to eat. Now, you be careful on this dirt road. There's no traffic, none at all. It's quite a remote location. So I'll just leave him about his business. Good boy. Yeah, down here. Even got timber on the bottom. These tunnels were designed to mimic command post tunnels. Good for training. And the timbers they've used are as sound as the day they put in. Structurally great.
Hey, little guy. This is the eastern pipistrelle bat. fairly common bat. This guy eats bugs, and being insectivorous, he provides a very important role to the ecosystem by cleaning up all the little pests. So we'll leave this guy alone and let him have a little bit of a nap and come out tonight.
I just got a very careful pinch grip behind the back of the head. They've got really good rodent-like teeth. Ah! Really good rodent-like teeth. They can bite. You're all right, mate. You're all right. You're starting to stress out, so I'm just going to put him down. Okay, away you go. Great, straight back down into the hole. Gonna have to watch out for snakes, though. Check this out. How's this corn snake? Look at him all tucked up there. We just want to say g'day and have a look at you. Isn't he in good condition and pretty? It's really nice to see these beautiful snakes down here in these tunnels. Glorious coloration. Oh, wow. Have a look at this. Have a look at this. I've got to show you this. Have a look up here. This is what he'd eat. Now it's pretty obvious why he was sitting right there. He's got this bat lined up. This particular species of snake is quite capable of striking things mid-flight. And so he'll wait in that strike position. As soon as the bat goes past, grab it, coil, kill and eat. I'm just going to put him back up into his roost. There you go, mate. There's your house. Up you go.
Terry and I are working with the legendary Jackson Guard. They're in control of the wildlife and conservation at Eglin Air Force Base. Interesting how inside the bunkers is full of munitions and outside is an endangered tortoise species, the gopher tortoise.
There's one there, Steve.
The Jackson Guard monitors all the wildlife on the base, including this beautiful girl.
Have a look at this one. Look at it, just sitting in the sun. And she's got a marker system on her so as they can keep a check on their tortoises, make sure that they're doing well, conduct scientific research. And of course, this is very important because they have to understand exactly how these tortoises are coping. The vegetation, make sure it's a good food source. And it's really interesting. All the way around me, you can see the blades of grass. This is what she's been feeding on. Look at it, just sitting in the sun. She's got to be careful. There are predators around here like raccoons and coyotes, which would kill her and eat her. She doesn't realise there's a big fence around her because this is the ammunition storage site. But it's instinctive for her to feel threatened by my presence. In case I was a coyote, I would make a meal of her. Well, we'll let this girl go about her business. She'll bolt back down to that hole.
Eglin has the strongest gopher tortoise population I've ever seen. And their holes, their burrows, are very important for dozens of different species, including one of my favourites, the eastern diamondback rattlesnake. They love to live in these burrows. The beauty of Eglin is it's such a well-managed wildlife hotspot that it lends itself to relocation of animals that get too close to civilization.
It's pretty quiet, really.
Yeah. Have a look at this little furry.
Male or female, you reckon, mate?
I'm not sure. You have to probe them.
Oh, so there's no way of telling outside?
No, not just looking.
Dennis is the Jackson Guard beaver expert.
Hey, beaver.
Have a look at this little beaver.
Beaver are one of my favourite mammal species. All-time favourites. Now, this is a wild beaver, and Dennis had to catch him. Got in too close to civilization,
was going to have a rather nasty run-in with some cars and vehicles, and so we've brought him back out into a wilderness area where he'll never run into conflict with people and vehicles ever again. This beaver would have a big enough bite to remove a rather large section of my bone in one single bite. They're a very powerful animal, so I'm going to have to very gently try and manipulate him and get him out without getting tagged, which is going to be interesting because they're really strong. Very, very strong. Come on, mate, you're all right. Don't panic, you're all right. Have a look at that tail. Big, rudder-like tail. They've got little ears that they tuck back into their head. They've got beautiful little eyes. You can see the webbing on his back feet there. Check out that webbing. Great web feet. You're all right, mate. You're all right. Let him roll over. Settle down. He's really eager to go straight back. Oh, all right, all right. Woo, it's always the most exciting part of the job is getting them back out into a wilderness area where they belong. Really good. Yeah. Makes it all worthwhile. Getting to save a life, especially a beaver. Wild pigs, or they're locally known as hogs, wreak havoc in this terrain. They root up the soil, they eat the vegetation, and they drain the wetlands. Quite a nuisance, and so the Jackson Guard has to remove them from the wild to keep down the pressure. They've given Terry and I the honour to capture one. And the best way to capture hogs is with dogs. These fast little canine units quickly track down the animal, bark, and then bail. They don't actually bite the pig. Their job is to run circles around the hog, keep it occupied until Terry and I can get close enough. Gonna have to watch out. Wild pigs have razor-like tusks and an incredibly powerful bite. They could remove a finger or cause a hideous injury in their leg. The dogs are doing a great job. They've pushed it into a piece of brush. The pig's holding its ground. It's got its bottom in and just charging at the dogs. Just hold your ground, Terry. Notice the way it's facing out. If the dog's to get too close, he'll bite. While Terry attracts its attention, I go in, grab it by the back legs. Once I've got it by the back legs, it's easy to toss off balance and get it to the ground. The dogs will want to be careful or they'll get bitten. Yeah, I got him.
She's a big girl.
Hey, the dog's all right? Oh, great. Woo! You're right. Get those back legs up, sweetheart. In Australia, in the United States, and other countries throughout the world, the pig has caused a lot of damage. This is a sow, beautiful female, and they're tough. They're tough as not any tougher, and they'd rust. It's a real shame they don't belong here. You can see the coloration of this one. Pretty easy to see that it's got a little bit of domestic pig in it. And I love pigs. I am very passionate about them. Really unfortunate they don't live here. All right, let's pick her up and get her in the truck. Okay. You all right,
All
sweetheart?
animal life is valuable, but it's critically important to protect the endangered species in this area. And the hogs are absolutely destroying a vast amount of acreage. So removing this girl will make sure that she doesn't have piglets, which will continue the cycle. I don't know how you tossed her.
Good work, mate.
She's a big pig.
Good work. I'm on the hunt for an endangered species, both federally and state. The Jackson Guard have been working with the red-cockaded woodpecker for years now. And right here, they've established a beautiful little colony. We're going to use these nets to try and capture one as part of a scientific project that they're working on to try and increase the population. Right here, you can see a sheet of tin up there. The Jackson Guard have cut a hole at the right size diameter for the red-cockaded woodpecker because Other woodpeckers that are opportunistic hole hunters, they'll come to the red cockaded hole and they'll chip it all out, make the hole bigger, and then they'll colonise the area. And of course, the red cockaded woodpecker, he'll be pushed out of the system. So you can see all that scuffing around the tin, all the paint that's been taken off. That's because a woodpecker's come along, try to burrow in and make it bigger. Hasn't worked. Great technique. Very simple but effective.
Now, some people think looking after an endangered species of bird might be a laid-back, casual job. But Steve's going to demonstrate that being a woodpecker checker can be anything but laid back. It's very tricky getting this ladder system up the tree, and quite dangerous. The woodpeckers will make holes way up high, so you've got to look right inside to make sure they're okay.
Wow. Quite a view from up here. In fact, the view is spectacular. Really nice. And have a look at this. The diameter of the hole is very important. In fact, it's one of the most significant things in this whole woodpecker program. You can see there's even feathers right at the entrance, which tells me this is an active hole. So with any luck, as the sun starts to go down, we'll get a couple of woodpeckers coming in. Once they excavate into the tree, then they use the heart of the tree to dig their nesting chamber. Whew. Time to go down.
Now that the sun is starting to set, we're going to have to get ready because the woodpeckers are going to be coming back for the evening. At night, they nest in their little hollows. So we'll have to be really quiet and get in position so that when they come in, we can catch them. And after we net them, we'll check their bands.
You'd go ahead and get on down the road. It's just a waiting game from here. I think I hear them off to the west of us.
Okay, we're out of here.
I'm staying right here. They'll never see.
In order to sight the birds to see if they're already tagged or not, the scopes are used, the same as you'd use with a rifle, except of course there's no gun. Okay, they've got to be real stealthy now. Sneak up to the tree, get the net, and not tip off the woodpecker. The net will go up and perfectly cover the hole in the tree. The woodpecker's gone inside to roost for the night. Now, it's up to Bruce to get the woodpecker to come out. So the tapping will annoy him a little bit, and the sound is of another woodpecker. Hopefully he'll fly out into the net and will be safely captured. Yes! They've got him. Perfect catch. Now he's gently lowered down to the ground and removed from the net.
Get the net out of here and we'll get this woodpecker banded.
Coach Whip! Hey, check this out. Look at the way he's rattling his tail. Oh, look at him open his mouth up. Look at that. Come here, mate. Hey, you're all right. Oh, look at him. Woo! He's got his mouth way open. Now, this is an intimidating little snake, and the reason he's opening his mouth is this is what a coach whip does. When he's confronted by a predator, he'll open his mouth and he'll strike repeatedly right at the face of the predator. So if a black bear or a coyote has a go at him, he'll open his mouth, strike. Look at him. He's got his mouth open, full tilt. What a beautiful animal. He's got a real dark-coloured head. And he means business. There's no doubt about it. If I get too close, he'll hang one right on me. Now, I don't know what you're doing on the road there, young fella, but it's a bit of a mistake. They've got no venom. They overpower their prey. Come on, mate. Hey, don't bite. You're all right now. Oh. I'll just let him go on his way, and hopefully he's learned a bit of a lesson. Stay off the road.
While Steve's off having a play, we're down to the more serious business of getting these woodpeckers banded.
This will identify this bird as being caught in this particular area, and we'll be able to individually identify this bird. Each bird gets a unique combination of color bands.
This is a program that's highly successful. Although the little woodpecker doesn't much appreciate it, we're working together to save their lives, and their numbers are increasing. Every year, Jackson Guard is finding more and more birds in this territory. So the beautiful habitat is maintained, and the hard-working people are keeping track of their numbers and helping them out. Now, my favorite part is letting the beautiful little bird go.
There's a boy.
Watch him, he just runs up the tree.
There you go, buddy.
trick. Wish I could climb like that.
Eglin's landmass is so large that several busy highways cut straight through it, playing havoc on wildlife.
We've just heard from the guys on the radio. There's been a report that a bear has crossed the road and it might be hurt. So Steve's just headed off to see if he could help.
Hang on. We've lost it. Can't hear it. Bears travel so quick, we're going to have to get into the air. It's been radio collared previously, and getting across the highway, it's probably wounded. The advantage of getting into the air means we can circle, survey turns, locate the animal, and then make a contingency plan up. We're already picking up a very strong signal. You can see the antenna attached to the aircraft. We just keep circling around. It's really strong over here. And now that we've got a bead on it, we need to get back on the ground and go by foot.
Right now, I think we're still heading in the right direction. Yeah. Up this way.
We're right on it. The thing to chasing bears is trying to be as stealthy as a bear. Eglin's bear population needs to be monitored. If this animal's wounded, it may need veterinary help. And we start to see some great signs of bears.
This is where the bears have had a bit of a feed. The mama bear has torn up this log trying to get grubs, any kind of larva, beetles, any other insects. She's gone right up the line with those powerful claws.
Hey, Terry.
You can crawl in there?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have a look. This is an old den site, so this is where a girl had come to have her cubs. Now, there's no fresh tracks at all. In fact, it's quite weathered, and there's no one down in there, so I reckon it'd be safe enough to go in.
You're not going in there.
Yeah, I reckon I can fit.
You'll get stuck.
Well, go and get Bruce if I get stuck.
Okay.
Wow. Hey, have a go at this. I never thought I'd be down in a bear den. You can see the roots growing down in here. Now, this girl has raised her cubs. It's easy enough for me to turn around and move down in here. So, plenty of room for a girl to raise her little bear cubs up. I'm out of here just in case she comes back.
Are you okay?
Yeah, mate, yeah. It's a tight squeeze, by crikey.
Thank goodness. Wow.
No problem at all. Good thing there was no bears in there.
Excellent.
Yes. We've got a really good signal. We're getting close. Some pretty distinct tracks here and very fresh. They're really fresh. We're close. It is wounded. You can see it's panting. And as it moves off, it's got a limp. Just got to stay with it. Even on 3 legs, this bear can move really quickly. Obviously, it's strong enough to hold its own. It won't need our help. Listen. You hear that? It's a diamondback. It's an eastern diamondback. We flushed out a huge, great big fat rattler. No wonder the bear took off. Have a go at the size of this. I can't believe my luck. Woo, look at this. It's the king. It's the king of the... It's the king of the rattlers. Have a look at this little ripper. Or big ripper. That is one heck of an eastern diamondback. Its body, it's thicker than my arm. Its head's almost as big as my fist. What a beauty. Look at that. He's cocked right up, S up. He's going to reach out about this far in strike range. What a beauty. This would have to be the most magnificent animal I've ever seen. Sorry, mate. I'm just going to get a stick. Wait there. Whoa. I've seen some animals in my day, but this takes the cake. This is it. This is the king of the rattlesnakes, and he is arced up. They've got quite a notorious reputation, and for good reason. He's not going to run. He's warning me. Look at his tail going flat out. He knows right where I am. Notice how he's not striking at the stick. He knows it's an inanimate object. I got him. He's all right. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You're all right, big fella. He's settling down. He knows I don't mean him any harm. Look how fat he is. Look at the weight of this thing. How's that? I reckon almost as tall as me, be around about 6 feet. But the most astounding thing is look at that for weight. Look how fat it is. You're all right, mate. You're all right. You're okay. This one is fat, really fat. I'm just going to gently palpate her little belly there and see if those are babies in there. Have you got babies, sweetheart? No, they're not babies. This is just a big, fat old snake. This is about as good as it gets. This is the highlight of my career. This is just the wildest thing I've ever done. And look, all he wants to do is get away. He just wants to push, 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 go away. He's almost stopped rattling. Woo! Hey. Sorry, mate. Their eyes are really movement orientated. They can receive that movement of my hand really quickly. Have a look at this for a rattle. Look at that. Beautiful set of segments there. Great set of segments. It's kind of losing the fear. Okay then. Away you go, mate. Away you go. Hey, thank you for spending such quality time with me. I thank you so much. Look at his eyes. Look at his head. Look at that for a head structure. Woo! It's going to curl back up into the strike position. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're all right. I'm leaving. What a snapper. Eglin Air Force Base is a hive of activity. Out in the wilderness areas, the animals are bounding, jumping, leaping and climbing. Here on the flight line, the jet fighters are zipping around. There's more jets here than you could poke a big stick at.
Major Chris Sussingham is going to show us around.
I know him as Sus, and he's a top bloke. He's going to give us a personal guided tour of the jet fighters.
Kind of hold yourself up and put one leg down there, straight, perfect. Third leg down there, excellent. You can just sit down.
It's really important that I don't tweak, bust, push anything.
It'd be a real bummer if Steve fired off a few warheads.
Continue to fly. You can look through the heads-up display, get the mission done without looking down to change the switches.
There's a lot more to this than meets the eye.
And this is the famous afterburner. Amazing how these ceramics can handle such an explosive amount of heat. Ooh, look at this. Incredible design, lightweight. The famous F-16. The big jigger under there, fuel tank, bomb of some description, a big one, fins attached to cruise it into where... Here it is. Here it is. This is it. The famous Sidewinder. I've travelled all over the US looking for Sidewinders, and here's one strapped on to the F-16. Got a heat-seeking device right on the front here. Yes, Sidewinders, the famous Sidewinder. So here's the head of this other bomb jigger, fuel tank.
JFS Star 2.
here's the air intake, right? So the air sucked in through here and changed it to subsonic air. Bang, goes into there, and if they really want to pack on a bit of pace, they just hit the old afterburner. And up here's the cockpit. And this is the famous cockpit. Got to be really careful getting in here that I don't tweak, touch, or bump any of these jiggers, because this F-16 is ready to go. Wow. So we just have a hand here and a hand here. Everything's within finger, touch reach, thumb, index fingers, your fingers, all these tweaky button jiggers. They're all organised before you even take off so that these pilots can virtually fly these things with their eyes shut. You see the screen here, all sorts of catches, tweaks and knobs that you can just pull and do stuff and drop bombs and carry on. I reckon I'm just about ready to go. Excuse me. Just pull this lid down and I'm out of here.
Hey, how do I stop this thing?
Have a look at this little blighter. Hey, you're all right. You're all right. This is a black racer, and they're completely harmless. They get a little aggressive. Next time we come to Eglin, we're going to go out into the objectives with the Army Rangers to remove some highly venomous specimens. You're... Hey! Oh, you're very naughty.